Welcome to Golden Software's video training for Surfer 12. Surfer is a versatile gridding, contouring, and surface mapping software package. This video is a brief introduction to the user interface in Surfer 12. When you first open Surfer, the main plot window is displayed in the center of the screen with the Object Manager and Property Manager displayed on the left. The Object Manager and Property Manager in Surfer can be opened and closed by going to View, Managers, and clicking on the manager name to toggle the visibility. Click File, Open, and select the Contours SRF file from the Samples directory, and then click Open. The Object Manager lists all objects in the Surfer plot window. The objects in the Object Manager are listed in a hierarchical tree view. The objects at the top of the list are drawn on top of the objects at the bottom of the list. You can drag and drop items in the Object Manager to change their drawing order. For example, drag the background rectangle to the top of the list and it will be drawn on top of all of the other objects in the plot window. Click Edit, Undo Order Change to move it back to the bottom. You can expand and collapse groups of objects by clicking on the button to the left of the group name. Click on a minus button to collapse a group, or click on a plus button to expand a group. You can rename objects in the Object Manager by selecting the item and going to Edit, Rename Object, or by right-clicking over the object and selecting Rename Object. Type in the name you want and click OK. This can help you keep multiple maps or map layers organized by renaming each one to a unique name. You can click on any object in the Object Manager to edit its properties in the Property Manager. This is useful if you are having a hard time selecting the exact object you want in the plot window, or when you want to access the properties for a map object, instead of one of the map layers, since you cannot select the map object via the plot window. The Object Manager can be easily moved or dragged to new locations. Just click and hold on the title bar of the manager and drag it to where you want the manager to be placed. The docking location options are shown by small buttons, or create a floating manager by leaving the manager wherever you want. To dock the manager again, double-click on the title bar or drag the manager until the cursor is over one of the docking buttons and the new manager location will be shown by a blue shaded area. The Property Manager allows you to edit the properties of a selected object, such as a contour map or axis, and contains a list of all properties for the selected object organized into different pages. Select the Elevation Contours layer in the Object Manager to update the properties in the Property Manager. The General page contains general information such as the grid file used for the contour map, the amount of smoothing on the contour lines, fault line display properties, and how blanked regions are displayed. Click on the Levels tab to access the options for how contours are displayed, such as contour interval, contour labels, and color fill. The Layer page allows you to adjust the opacity of the contour layer. The Coordinate System page allows you to either set a predefined coordinate system or a custom coordinate system for the grid file used to create the layer. The Info page contains information about the selected object and is available with drawn objects such as polylines or polygons, and map objects and layers such as contours or base layers. The information displayed here is dependent on the type of object selected. In addition to the two managers, there are three types of windows in Surfer: the Plot Window, the Grid Node Editor, and the Worksheet Window. The plot window is open when you first start Surfer and open a Surfer file. This is where all of the objects in your Surfer project are displayed. You can see your maps, map, or color scales, drawn objects, etc. You can do all of your editing and selecting directly within the plot window by clicking on an object and making changes in the Property Manager. The second window type is the Grid Node Editor. Click Grid, Grid Node Editor. Or click File, Open, select a grid file, and click Open. The Grid Node Editor window displays all grid node locations as small black crosses and any blanked nodes as small blue X's. You can select any individual grid node to view the corresponding X, Y, and Z values for that node in the toolbar. You can change the Z value of a node by typing the value you want in the Z field. You can zoom in and out of the map using commands under the View menu, or you can use the mouse scroll wheel. If you zoom in far enough, the node's Z values are displayed next to the node. Under the Options menu, you can choose to display the contour lines, change the label properties, or blank grid nodes. Click Blank Node to blank the selected grid node. You can see that it turned into a blue X. Surfer sees blanked nodes as invisible, so they are not drawn when creating a map. To save any changes to the grid, click File Save or File Save As. The third window type is the Worksheet window. You can open or create data files directly in the Surfer worksheet. Click File, New, Worksheet. Or click on the New Worksheet button on the toolbar. You can enter data directly into the worksheet, or you can open an existing data file. Click File, Open, and select the data file diabloexample.dat and click Open. The worksheet window is where the data can be viewed, edited, and transformed. It contains 1 billion rows and columns. There are functions in the worksheet such as Edit, Find, and Replace, or Format cells to format the data. Under the Data menu, you can sort the data, apply a mathematical transform to your data, spatially filter the data, such as in eliminating duplicate data or applying a data exclusion filter, and calculate statistical information about your data. You can also tell Surfer which columns in your data file are your X, Y, and Z columns, and assign a coordinate system to your data and convert it into a new projection or coordinate system. This concludes the introduction to Surfer 12. If you have any additional questions, please contact Golden Software.